You know, coming across right now, a headline, and it just as years ago, the notion of crypto was a pipe dream. We got the Trump team now mulling the creation of a new post that would be dedicated to crypto. We're going to get more on that. Of course, you know, think about this a long time ago, where this country was, particularly in D.C., how hostile it was to crypto. And now this election, we've had several pro-crypto candidates that won. Not only did they win, but in the process, many of them pushed out anti-crypto lawmakers that stood in the way of favorable legislation. I suspect a rapid development, pretty shocking, even for my next guest, even though she is the founder of the Digital Chamber. Their mission, of course, is to promote the acceptance and use of digital assets, blockchain-based technologies through education advocacy, and working closely with policymakers, regulatory agencies, and industry. And this is what you've been trying to do. Let's now bring in our guest, Digital Chamber founder and CEO, Perianne Boring. Perianne, first of all, it's moving so fast. I mean, really, it's like almost every day, and you must be happy almost every day it's something that seems pro-crypto.
Well, you're saying it's moving fast, but it took us 10 years to get here.
That's success, right? Isn't that the success is like, you know, no one sees all the hard work that you put behind the scenes, but all of a sudden it is coming quickly.
Yeah, so I was the first person in the country to be an advocate for Bitcoin and blockchain technology in our nation's capital.
Why were you that? What made you do that?
My conviction was really around the promise of Bitcoin to address some of our most pressing issues facing our country. I went to D.C. right after the financial crisis of 2008. I wanted to fight for something better. When I learned about Bitcoin and how this could be a technology to create financial opportunity and an equitable financial system for all people, that was something I was willing to fight for. And now this has really emerged as a tool to address our debt issue, can strengthen national security goals, can strengthen economic security goals. It's so much more than just people making money after crypto. That's not what it's about. It's about securing our financial prosperity.
You're looking at it almost from a humanitarian point of view.
We absolutely do believe that cryptocurrencies, they're open source software, which is protected by free speech. The free speech conversations have been front and center over the past several years, mostly with social media platforms. But we are a branch of that same tree. We believe it is a human right to have an access to cryptocurrencies. This is our freedom to transact. It's our property rights, and it's our freedom to assemble digitally with anyone in the world.
So there was a lot of pushback always out of D.C. Elizabeth Warren probably at the top of the list there, but a couple of folks who just lost their seats. I was reading your note. Is it 250 now pro-crypto members of Congress?
Well, as of today, it's as many as 290. Our team is still going through all of those 535 members and analyzing who we consider to be pro-crypto. But it's as many as 290, and there's 535 members of Congress, which means about 55% of members of Congress that will be sworn in January are pro-crypto. And that means crypto is the majority party.
What do you want to see from them?
Well, our industry has faced significant pushback from Washington, D.C. The biggest issues facing the cryptocurrency industry is a lack of regulatory clarity, coupled with very aggressive regulation by enforcement from the regulators, primarily the SEC, but to some extent the CFTC as well. We need clarity on whose jurisdiction begins and where, and we need registration frameworks so companies can bring the most innovative financial products to market, registered, regulated, without the fear of enforcement.
So I've got 30 seconds, though. The main pushback has been that it's used so much in crimes, that digital crimes, and whether someone steals all the paperwork from a hospital and holds it hostage and they have to pay through crypto, that kind of stuff. Is there an elegant solution to that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a very small minority of cryptocurrency transactions are used in illicit finance. A blockchain is a permanent ledger, so an unalterable ledger of every transaction of cryptocurrencies. You don't have this in traditional financial system. You don't have this in the banking system. You obviously have none of this with cash. This is a much greater tool for law enforcement than criminals. And you should ask the Department of Justice. You should ask the FBI that. They understand that. The ones on the front line have this incredible tool to follow the money and apprehend illicit actors.
Perianne, congratulations. Really, I mean,
Thank you,
we
Charles.
talked over the years, and you struggled. I mean, you were out there by yourself for a long time struggling, and all of a sudden, all the pieces are falling into place. There's a couple of job vacancies in D.C. That's all I'm saying. I know you can't say anything, but, you know, I couldn't think of anyone better qualified than you to certainly help out. Thanks a lot.
It's
You've
great
done
to
a
be
great
here.
job.